raincoat here to keep you warm. Then go back in the closet after the storm. No, I'm not a match, simply waiting to burn. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end.
Jump in the comments, always say hi. I don't always get to reply, but I read every single comment because they come up on my watch as a notification, and I always read them, but I don't always get to reply to them. But hello, and lots of love from us to everyone who's written us a comment. So somebody asked, it was Naomi Fox, I remembered her name, shout out Naomi. She asked how Dale and I actually met. Because I think in Max's video, I might have said something about how we met. I don't know, I don't remember now. It's a funny story how we met.
Your friend till the end. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end.
Hello, my beautiful fur family, Kylie the groomer, and we have beautiful Miss Cisco. Say hi, Cisco. Hi. Miss Cisco's a bit matted and she's definitely due for a groom, so I thought I'd pop my little camera on my head and we'll get going. Okay, Miss Cisco is a toy cavoodle, so a toy poodle crossed with a cavalier. She is a very, very sweet girl. She is super duper matted in here, and she is a very anxious doggy and quite reactive to some of her grooming. She doesn't like to have her front legs done, do ya? Hey, and some of her underside, things like that. So we are just going to get straight into this with a 7F and get her all cleaned up. And hopefully she is a good girl and she does not do any nippy naps at me, because I don't like to be bitten by doggies. And, well, today's a good day to not get bitten by a doggy. Isn't it, Cisco? Hey? So I do see her generally on a regular basis, but for whatever reason I haven't seen her for a little while. Through the winter, I get a lot of people that kind of just forget about grooming their dogs in the winter because it's too cold. But as you can see, that doesn't work. So with it being my first year in this particular business, I have not enforced regular schedules. I've just taken it as it comes and let people do what they do. So we went through the first summer, which was super busy and lots of people missed out on appointments, and then we've gone through winter and everybody's dog's super matted. And now we're coming to our second summer and the end of my first year. It's nearly been 1 year. Where is that blade? And people are sort of realizing that it doesn't work to not groom your dog through the winter. I'm sure they already know this, but you know. Anyway, I think that other blade needs a sharpen. It's not going through as nicely. So now people are starting to ask or request to have a schedule because they're missing out on appointments because I'm super busy. And those people are coming about and scheduling repeat bookings, so 12 bookings every 6 weeks, things like that. So you might be wondering why I wouldn't sort of enforce it at the beginning to avoid all of this, and that is because I think people need to make their own mistakes and they need to request a schedule. Oh, Missy, you're all right. They need to request that schedule on their own. They need to come to that conclusion. You're all right, calm down. I pick it. Good girl. They need to come to that conclusion on their own and make that decision on their own. When you're enforcing a booking, it pees people off, you know, telling people what to do. Whereas when they ask for it, you're doing them a favour. That is just a little bit of customer service-y trick. So, well, it's not a trick, but it just works better when people make their own decisions. And also, I have significantly less lost time for no-shows because when you book these people onto schedules that they didn't want, they tend to forget about it and not show up to it and things like that. Whereas when they asked for it, well, you asked for it. You're committed to it. You know what I mean? Even though I still get some no-shows, I had a no-show well, not a no-show, but a late notice cancellation. They did send me a message on the weekend, which I didn't see because I don't work on the weekend. And we did have a particularly busy weekend with family and things like that, so I did not have my business pages opened. I didn't even look at it. And so this morning I saw the message that it was cancelling my first booking for the morning, which was really frustrating because I could have filled it, but oh well, that's life, isn't it? That's just how it goes. You're doing a good job, Cisco. I know you're a bit anxious. So Mum said she's been away for a week or two, and Miss Cisco stayed at home with a house sitter. It's probably somebody that came every day, or you know, was home in the evenings or something like that, to feed and water and give her a bit of loving. But she's being the anxious doggy that she is, and she definitely loves her mum and dad. She was very upset with them for leaving her, and then she's come to the groomers today and been dropped off with me, and she was just super upset about it. It's all right, Baba, I know. So this matting's pretty bad back here. So I know. She does not like having her legs and bum done on a good day. So the last time we groomed her, she was in good nick, and we were able to do a beautiful fluffy teddy groom on her. That was sort of at the start of the cooler weather. She does not like a brush at all. And Mum and Dad are obviously trying, but so what we've done is we've put her on a 6-weekly schedule. So on one visit she'll probably have a wash and blow dry and brush, and then on the next she'll have a full coat clipping to trim down and keep it at a manageable length, because they do like her fluffy. Everyone likes their dogs fluffy, but you got to have that in between grooming, the regular grooming. Like, yes, you can look at your dog and say, oh, they're not really due for a haircut. No, they're not, but they do need to be washed, blow dried and brushed out. Sorry, that's attached to your butt. And yeah, it's keeping it on a 6-weekly schedule, and the cost of washing, blow drying and brushing out a dog with a longer coat is the same as doing a full clipping, because it just takes that long to brush out that coat, to get it dry, properly washed, properly dried and all brushed out beautifully, and then to trim the face, feet and sanitary area. It just takes the same amount of time, so it costs the same. Which is sometimes a bit tricky to understand, but this particular customer does not mind that at all. If it means they can keep their dog long and floofy, then they're happy to do that. All right, Mischief. Her face and ears and stuff we should be able to save just fine. I know. So see how she's getting real anxious about those legs? Calm down. Calm down. And she does bite. She will bite. Just listening to her body language and her vocals, and work with what I can, keeping her nice and calm. And then we'll get to what we have to do after that. Alright. Alright. Good job, Baba. Good job. Now, I am just going to look if I've got another number 7 that I can use. Okie dokie. So, I do not have another number 7. They're all up there waiting to be sharpened. Ripsy daisies. My sharpener, bless his little cotton socks, has been inundated with work. His little business has just taken off like crazy, which is really awesome for them. But currently they're not taking any more sharpening until they catch up on what they've got, which is no good for me at all, because I have a lot of sharpening to be done. And I don't really want to go somewhere else, but I might have to, because I'll order a couple more 7s so that I can, because I'm definitely going to need those in the summer. And hopefully they can take my sharpening sooner rather than later. You're okay, sis. You're okay, Bubby. I got you, I know. Good girl. Yeah, I know. You did a good job. So you can see her legs here. She just hates to have clippers. I can scissor her legs, but she hates to have the clippers through there. Sorry, I did pull on that. It is attached to your bum still. Let's see if we can get that off for you. So for her booty, we might actually just grab a 10 to get... Oh, is that too tight? That's too tight. There we go. Might just go with a 10 to get that cleared out. Excuse all the hair everywhere. I've had so many big matted dogs and floofy dogs having D-sheds come through. Everything's a mess. Everyone's been so hairy. It's kind of it's not my favorite, but it kind of is my favorite time of year because pretty much everything is a shave down. Unless they're your regulars. Your regular floofy dogs is awesome. Then everyone else is pretty much just getting a shave down. Now, girl, do not bite me. I'm going to go through the inside leg with the 10. That is not coming off. What have you been doing? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Easy does it, girl. It's okay. Sorry if you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm trying to work kind of like farrier style, the way you would with a horse. From the back and away from the bitey end. Just to get some of that off. You're all right. Oh, I know. You're okay. You're okay. This one. You're okay. All right. Ooh. Let's have a look at these little leggies, shall we? Just take it easy, darling. I know. I'm here. I'm listening. This is hard for you, I know. I know, I know. I know. No, no. Let's take it easy. We can get through it together. I know. I know. It's a bit of hard work, isn't it? Hmm? It's okay. I know you don't like it. It's okay. It's okay. We just be slow and gentle, nice and easy. Okay, you just needed to check everything was still in place. It's all there. Sometimes these underarm mats can be a real pain to get out. Okay. No. Good girl. Shh. Good girl, Cisco. Good girl. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. That's it. I know. You did a good job. So my goal is to kind of get the top of the legs done, because I can put her in the sling for the bottom half of the legs. Oh, careful now. Careful. Easy does it, baby. Easy does it. Good girl. It's okay. It's okay. Easy does it. Easy does it. So we've come a long way. She used to like rip my hands off trying to do this. We've come such a long way, haven't we, Cisco, huh? Just nice and gentle and slow. Okay. So I'm not going to push her too far. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Good girl. Good girl. It's okay. It's okay. Easy. Easy does it. Not getting mad at me now. You've got fleas. No. Good golly. I did not need fleas. No, I did not. No, I did not need fleas added to my day. It's okay. Oh, that made me itchy thinking about it. Ay, ay, ay. I wonder if your mum knows. She is very much an inside dog. We've had so much rain heading into spring. I am not surprised to see fleas, but also bam. All right, baby. Let me get this. Oh. Ah, good golly, excuse me. Let me just see if I can find that flea. Where did it go? It's running for its life. There it is. I'm sorry, I'm pinching your skin. Oh, goodness. Naughty flea. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Kill it. Oh my goodness, I can't kill it. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're such sneaky, nasty little things. Yucky. Okay. Let me just have a look. That is the only one that I've seen. But that doesn't mean much, does it? Hey? We keep going. We keep going. All right. Let's get that matting out of those little underarm flaps. I touched my face, it'll be itchy now. All right, baby. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Good girl. You're okay. You're okay. Shh. Just hang on, hang on. Nice and easy. Hang in there, baby. You're doing a good job. Shh. Good girl. Who's a good baby? Who's such a good baby? Oh my goodness, Cisco. Such a good girl. Yes, you are. You're so brave. Wow, that's a good job, Cisco. That's a very good job. What a brave little monkey, huh? You did a good job. That was great. That was great. See if we can scoop that little floofy flea in there. Good job, baby. Good job. You did such a good job. You should be proud of yourself. Hey? That was awesome, girl. So awesome. Isn't she clever? So somebody asked, it was Naomi Fox, I remembered her name, shout out Naomi. She asked how Dale and I actually met. Because I think in Max's video, I might have said something about how we met. I don't know, I don't remember now. It's a funny story how we met. It's okay, baby, it's okay. Nice and easy, good girl. Good girl, Cisco, I know. Who's a big brave baby, huh? Such a clever girl, no bites, no. Good girl, good girl. Oh my word. I could never do this. She's actually doing extremely well today, I must say. Okay, baby. Good girl. Okay, little bit more. Little. Shh. Nice and easy. Good girl, Cisco. Good girl. Well done. So Dale and I met playing an online video game called World of Warcraft. You may or may not have heard of it. I was with a previous partner in a not very great relationship. And Dale was previously married. He was separated at the time. You know, because I don't know why. For whatever reason, they were separated. Marriage is hard, man. and I don't pretend to have any idea what went on there. That's not my business. But when we met, he was fairly recently separated, but not divorced. And I was quite young, so, you know, I just assumed he was done and dusted with that and moving on. And we started talking to each other online. And we got on really well. We were hanging out in this video game, doing things together, communicating with each other that way. And after probably 3 or 4 months, we decided to meet each other in person, which was nerve-wracking, again, because I was pretty young. I'd never done anything like that before. But he flew from Victoria up to the Gold Coast. I did not live near the Gold Coast. I travelled to the Gold Coast just for that particular event. And, well, we had drinks and dinner and other things. And then the next day he went back home to Victoria and oh, sorry, my love. And I went back home to where I was living, a little while away from there. And it was a lovely whirlwind experience. And at that time in my life, and being quite young and not really committed to anything, I decided that I wanted to go and hang out with this guy in real life, because it was quite fun and we got on really well and all that jazz. So yeah, I moved in with him into a share house in Victoria a couple of weeks later. Jumped on a plane with a backpack, because that's all I had. And away we went. We did discover that we did not have anything else in common outside of video games and other activities. And after a little while, not very long, after a few weeks, we were kind of like, yeah, well, that was fun. We're happy, we're getting on with it, whatever. I'm trying to think exactly how it went. So eventually, probably about, I don't know, 3 months into this shindig, I found out that I was pregnant. And, well, you know, we weren't planning that. And I was going to leave and go back to Queensland to be with my family, because we weren't in a committed, serious relationship, and I didn't want to have a baby with someone I barely knew in a place I didn't know, and I had no other family or support or anything. So I was going to leave, but dear husband decided that he did not want to do that, and he wanted to be involved in everything. And well, from there we just had to kind of make it work, and we had to get to know each other, like properly, really get to know each other, and learn how to live with each other and how to make decisions together. It was like not an easy thing. And then not to mention, he had another child with obviously his ex-wife, and he hadn't actually officially divorced or anything like that. And well, there's all sorts of things that come with it. So, you know, for me being so young and completely inexperienced at being an actual grown-up, that was a lot of work for me, to learn how to jump in the deep end with all of that. And for him, he had to learn how to deal with somebody who was 10 years younger than him and try to build a life around pretty much those things, like that we had nothing in common, that we come from 2 different generations, that sometimes we didn't actually like each other. We did not have the same beliefs. We still don't have some of the same beliefs. We parent a little differently. We have different ideas on things. It's, you know, it took a lot of work, but after, what are we now? We're about to, September's like our 14-year anniversary. I think on the 21st. You're all right, baby. Where you going? Sorry, you pulling too tight? What's going on here? There we go. The 20th, 21st is our 14-year anniversary. And although I can tell you, good golly, we have like called it quits several times over those 14 years. We've just been like, that's it, I'm done. And also, like me with my mental health, I've obviously had some very low lows and some very high highs, and I'm not the easiest person to live with, but neither is my husband. We have all had to learn how to make it work. But a marriage is not a thing that you throw away. You work hard and you try and fix it. And sometimes they can't be fixed, and that happens. And sometimes they can be fixed. And we've done all the fixing we can manage. Yes, my darling. And somehow we've made it to this point. Everyone's alive. We are actually incredibly happy. You know, and I did not think for a while there, I wasn't sure we were going to make it this far, but here we are. So sometimes you can build on what you've got, and you can learn to make it work. But I don't think that, I think that we meet people and we fall in love. We do, in a kind of love, in a I love what I know about you kind of way. But many, many years later, it's a very different story. That kind of love is very different. If you can love somebody that you really, really, really know, and you really, really love them after you really, really know them, that's love. But it is a lot of give and take and sacrifice and compromise and working together, and sometimes never agreeing on something at all, ever, and learning to live with your differences. And we have plenty of differences, specifically the recorder. I mean, I don't think the recorder should exist, and he insists on playing it. Just when I'm not around. Oh, you adorable. You've done such a good job. Hasn't she been amazing, you guys? Considering how much matting's come off her. I've just been talking away and not really paying attention to that. I've just been tacking away at it. Telling you all my great love story, which was not an amazing... It's no romance novel, that's for damn sure. I left out all the juicy bits. But we have come such a long way. And we are definitely, truly happy in our marriage. And we have great communication, and we work through things. We learn to tolerate each other's crazy. Mostly mine. It's okay. Sometimes I just spit the dummy, you know? Sometimes I bottle things up. Sometimes the things I'm bottling up are pretty much in my head to start with. Or I've been oversensitive or overreactive. And sometimes my husband just doesn't realise he's doing something that really hurts my feelings and upsets me. Whether or not it's something I should really be upset about or not. Sometimes it's something that other people wouldn't be upset about, but for whatever reason, come here, baby, for whatever reason, some things upset me or bother me. And, well, being in love and being married means you got to work around those things and be considerate of them, even if they are stupid. And he's learnt to do that. He knows that I don't like to touch the meat when I'm cooking. I love cooking, but I hate touching meat. I like beef I'm fine with, but pork and chicken, I don't know. I'm a weirdo. It was only since I had babies, like a pregnancy thing, the smell of raw meat just, ugh. Even though it's been a long time since. So that's what we do. I prepare everything and he handles the meat, and then I take all the credit for the awesome meal that I cooked. So yesterday was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there and the grandpas. And I like the idea of a Happy Father's Day to the mums that do the fathering, but I don't at the same time. So I'm not going to say that one. I do recognise the mums that do all the fathering, and I think you should have an extra special, amazing Mother's Day. But for the daddies, Happy Father's Day. We made pulled pork sliders for dinner. And I cooked the pulled pork in the slow cooker for 6 hours. I wish I put it on earlier so I could cook it a little bit longer, like 8 hours on low or like 10 hours on low, but I slept in. And then we did like gifts and coffees and stuff like that in bed. And then by the time I remembered I was supposed to put the slow cooker on, I had to do it on high for 6 hours. So, but we did that. I put it on. My dear darling husband came in and washed the meat for me and dried it and put it into the slow cooker and mixed all my herbs and sauces and stuff in. Then I put the lid on and turned it on, and about 6 hours later, oh, hair on my face. We went out, and then about 6 hours later we came home, and the house smelled amazing. So good. I did take a photo of my little sliders. Dale, you need to put my photo up because damn, it was good. I know, sorry. Just wanted to get that little bit off. So good. But that's how in a marriage you learn to live with each other, and you pick up the slack and you do the thing the other person doesn't want to do. And he doesn't grumble about it anymore. He just knows that that's me, and he just does it. Come here, my love. You're all right, baby. Come on. I'm just going to get the hairs out of here. No. Out the way. No. No, thank you. Hush, hush, hush. Hush. Okay. You want to stand up like that? Is that necessary? I can't really get the foot. Can we calm down a bit? Here we go. Shh, shh, shh. No, I don't want you to put no. I need you to calm down for me. Cisco. Calm. Shh. Shh. All right. It's not hot. She just does not want to do it on that foot, hey? We'll see if we can give it a good wash in the bath and then scissor it out, hey? Okie dokie. So now that you know my great love story, which is not a romance novel, it's not an amazing whirlwind story, it's just one of those stories where two people met. They really enjoyed each other's company. They had to learn to live with each other because somebody got pregnant. And eventually we really fell in love and decided to live our lives together. Hey? Yes. We chose each other. We chose each other, and it works, doesn't it? Yes, you wouldn't know because you don't live here. All right, let's get her in the bath. Okay, I had to pause the video for a minute because I had the heebie-jeebies. I could feel something crawling around in my hair, and I just took, look at that cut. I cut my finger cooking. I just found that flea in my hair. It was driving me nuts. Ugh. Dog groomer life. Okay, so we definitely will be adding a flea treatment to your bath, young lady. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Ooh, I've got the heebie-jeebies now. I could feel it crawling around in my hair. I could just feel it, and it was driving me nuts. Oop, don't want to close that. I turned the bath off, didn't I? Okay. I could feel that walking around in my hair, driving me nuts. Which is weird, because a flea won't live in human hair. Like, a human cannot host for a flea. Look at that, she's got so many fleas. All right, let me get my flea spray. Oh my word, young lady. Yeah, you need to keep all of that in there. Okay. So this will just get us started. And then, because I'd already run her bath, I'm just going to give her her wash first. And then we'll do a full flea wash. Oh my word. I hate fleas. I was starting to panic. I was like, do I have fleas in my salon? Have I given this dog fleas? No, ma'am. This doggy came in with fleas. Oh my goodness. Fortunately, she's not like totally infested with them. And we flea bomb the salon regularly on a regular cycle just for the fun of it. Just to protect all the surfaces. Good girl. Yeah. Little bug. So what I sprayed on her is like a dilution, just so that I can keep, like I'll spray that on my bin all day, on my brushes and my tools. Oh, Missy, sorry. You moved. Yeah, there we go. Ugh. Okie dokes. It is enough to kill them when it's a light case of fleas. But we'll do a full flea bath. Yeah. So we'll do a full flea bath, and I will also be flea bombing my salon tonight. And in the meantime, I will spray down everything. Everything. Hey, we spray everything. My nose is itchy now. Okay, so I'm gonna let that bath, the hair in my mouth now. Jeepers. It's all going on. Let that bath water drain out, and I'll go get the flea bath concoction already. And then I can fill this up with a proper flea wash for her. And I'm gonna scratch my nose real quick. I got really bad hay fever at the moment, and I'm taking, what do you call it? Antihistamines. But every little hair is bothering me. And every dog that comes in is giving me allergy type reactions, which is just the time of the year. So hopefully it's not the dog, it's what they've been walking through that comes in on their coats. Hey, yes, all right, we'll be back in a sec with a flea bath. Oakley dokley, her flea wash is in. I use Kotex Hydro Kill because it does the job, and it's what I have. And I don't get fleas so often that I go through a lot of products, so I actually haven't I've still got the same bottle, 5 litre bottle. I've been using all year, and I've probably used maybe a quarter of it. It is very concentrated, you don't use much at all. She does not have like a heavy infestation, so I'm not going to spray this in her ears and risk introducing an ear infection. I will most definitely recommend that mum gets a treatment, a tablet, and does all of the care at home. And knowing these guys are like super house proud, they got a gorgeous home. She is inside, she's their baby. Knowing them, that will be the first thing mum does today, is goes and gets a flea treatment for the doggy and some stuff for all their bedding and treating the home. But by having a look at her and you can really tell she's not like had this going on for long. This is not a long-term thing. Excuse me, miss. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gotta get all the way in there. I think aside from the one that was in my hair and the one I took off on the table, there were 2 others, so that's 4. 4 fleas. Not overly concerned about that. So we do want to get in the underarms, the paw pads, the booty hole. Fleas will actually climb into the anus to hide when treatments are going. I'm sorry. And get right underneath her little belly and the genital region, because there's lots of creases and whatnot in there. I can't do too much around her eyes. We don't want to pour this over her eyes, which is why I don't like to do this style of flea treatment. I think the tablets are much, much better because it's just a lot less riskier. And it treats the whole body, inside and out. My doggies have the, what's it called? It's called Next Guard, and it does like all of their worming. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. It does all of their worming and flea treatment all in one. It's an expensive little tablet they have every month, but I don't have to go to the vet for needles or shots. And I just have a reminder in my grooming schedule to give it to them. And I just pick one up at the pet store when I get dog food. You can get them in the supermarket too. I think it's a cheaper brand, but I don't think it covers, I looked into it, and it doesn't cover all of the worms and things. Hello, my darling, adorable husband. I was just talking about you earlier. I was telling the tale of how we met and how I didn't like you very much. It's understandable, you're a bit of a weirdo.
Well, they can't see me.
What are we looking at? We're looking down.
That's it. So I can't touch my toes in this.
I don't think you can touch your toes without it. This is exactly the reason why I both hate and love my husband. He's an amazing human being.
So random.
Yes, I love you.
Love you too.
Looking good.
We met on a computer game.
We did meet on a computer game. I was just telling that story. Bye. Isn't he adorable? We have a kayak that we don't use because we... Ooh, packages. Cisco here is just soaking.
You also have a life jacket.
Cisco has fleas.
You also have a life jacket.
I'm going to open it because it's something awesome. I'll hide the address. Oh, I have hair in my mouth.
Ooh. I know what this is.
Do you? Is it for me? Yeah. Can I have it? No. Give it to me. Ooh, it's come in a pink case.
Scissors?
No.
You got more scissors?
No. Speaking of scissors.
You haven't even got your other one sharpened yet.
Yes, I know. I talked about that too. They're not taking any more sharpening at the moment because they're too busy.
Oh, so you just buy more?
No, I'll show you why I got these ones when I find my scissors. Excuse my cupboard, it's full of things. It's okay, Cisco. Cisco has to soak for like 5 minutes, so I feel sorry for her, but we're hanging out and everything's all good.
Hello, flea bag.
She only had 4 fleas, but one of them was in my hair. I had to try and I could feel it crawling in my hair. I had the heebie-jeebies, man.
Stay away from me. You're going to stab somebody with that.
I'm not. I'm putting it down. All right, ready? Dun, 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 dun. I love new scissors.
They smell.
Aren't they so sweet? That's a handwritten note. Ooh, they're so pretty. Okay. Do they smell?
They smell new. Got a new car smell.
Oh, you nearly caught that fly. Okay, these have an interesting handle shape. They're called laybacks, and so I can do, I can get underneath the doggies. So normally when I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to fit my hand and the handle and everything, but now I can...
it's flat, relatively.
Yeah, I can get underneath and get all those lines that are a bit tricky. Yay! Thank you, mouse hole scissors, grooming scissors, mouse hole scissors. I don't know what they called them.
Bye.
Love you. That's gone straight to the scissor rack. Ha 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 ha. I love their little cases though. I don't use them, but I put them back in the case when I send them off for sharpening to protect them. That one's super cute. It's pink. All right, let's let this little baby soak for a couple minutes more, and then we'll get her rinsed off. Okie dokie, my darling is all soaked. I cannot see any more fleas. I've had a bit of a look. I can't see any hanging around. Okay, sorry Pickle. This little Pickle is all soaked. My battery died right when I started looking. I have not seen any more fleas scooting about. Hang on. No, that's just some wax. Yeah, I can't see any more. So hopefully that's it. We got everything. Is that flea or is that booby? I think that's like a little freckle. So we are ready to give her a rinse off. A very good rinse off. So when it's like a really bad infestation of fleas, I will leave this on and not rinse it off. Or when I think that the owners won't do a proper treatment with tablets at home. Otherwise I rinse it off because I don't like leaving it on their skin. You do have to kill the fleas, but I don't like leaving chemicals on the dog. I don't feel good about that. You can, it says you can on the packaging. But I wouldn't feel good having it on my skin. I'm not gonna leave it on the dog. If I don't have to. And I'm fairly confident that these guys will most definitely get her seen to today. I don't foresee a financial risk or a lack of understanding what the dog's needs are. That's just my conditioner, by the way, that I'm adding to her. I think that she'll be well looked after. So I do charge an additional $20 when the dog has fleas as well. So my next dog will be about 20 minutes behind, 10-20 minutes behind for the additional flea wash. And also tonight I have to wash all of my linen. Well, I have to flea bomb and then wash all of the linen in the salon. Which is annoying because it's a Monday. And I just washed everything on Saturday. On my day off, I wash everything. Just because everything gets hairy sitting on the shelf. Thank you, my darling. I need a cupboard. I have shelves, but I don't have doors on my shelves. Just gonna make sure her eyes are super duper rinsed out. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, it's not nice. Yeah, I've got my shelves where I put all my towels and everything, but hair just gets blown straight in there. And so like I do my washing as I go every day, but then on the weekends I just pull everything out, chuck it all in a couple of loads, chuck it in the dryer and then fold and put it all away, and I wipe out the shelf that all the linen goes on. And I blow all the hair, stop, I just want to squeeze the water out of your tail, it's drenched. I blow all the hair out from everything else and wipe down the bottles and things. But it's always hairy in there. So that's on my list of things to upgrade. Put some doors on that cupboard. I got the curtain, but it doesn't do anything. It's a good idea. It kept me going. I don't know if you guys remember. I was working for I owned, even though I don't think you can call it that, a franchise business as a mobile dog groomer. And within my first maybe 6 months, I realised I'd made quite a mistake in going into a franchise for dog grooming. It doesn't, or at least with the company I was with, it doesn't really work. You spend an awful lot of money on the franchise and not on your physical business. You certainly don't earn anywhere near as much as you should for the amount of time, hours, blood, sweat and tears that you put into the business. And what you just don't get a lot out for the amount of money that you're spending. And a name is like another person's name on your business. You're paying for the right to use that because it makes you look good, you know, being a part of that business. But my name is better than that, and my name needs to be on my business. So I ended my agreement at the end of my 12 months. And I had 12 weeks to move a giant truck out of the spot that I'm standing now and clean up the area and build this entire salon. I had 12 weeks to come up with the money financially to buy all of my equipment and everything that is here, the shed, the air conditioning, the plumbing, the electrical work, everything. So it was a lot of work. A lot of work. Excuse me, I need that towel. And we did it, and some things are good enough, like my cupboard. Some things are good enough. Hey, and I've replaced things over the year, and that's on the to-do list. But anyway, let's blow dry doggy. You ready?
1, 2, 3, 4. I am not a raincoat here to keep you warm. Then go back in the closet after the storm. No, I'm not a match simply waiting to burn. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. I'm not your impression of a city wish you loved more than everything you gave for it. No, I'm not here to criticize the risk. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. I am not a witness here to call you in for the things that you done or that thing that you did. And I'm not the shadow of anyone you've been. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. There's a closet just beyond your eyes. Look just beyond the gleam. Look no further for a place to hide, a place no one can seek. Gone is the silence, can't hardly speak. I threw my soul into a crystal lake, the one around the bend. The past has shown that life is give and take all that it lends. Left to our memories to apprehend. We've no perspective. We've no perspective on people or how we pass them by. Just running on by. Wisdom's gift is just a conduit, a temporary guide for thoughts and answers that belong to it. They're leaving us behind, drowned of the things that we should have tried. We've no perspective. We've no perspective on leaving, on how we say goodbye. So I'm saying goodbye.
Okie dokie, that might have to do the trick, hey? That'll do. That'll dry, we'll brush it a couple of times and it should dry out all right. And to feed, we'll just have to work with what we've got. Won't we? Hey? So yeah, what was I saying? My name, the reason why my name should be on my business is because I am a reputable brand. So to pay to put somebody else's name on my business because it makes me look reputable, it just didn't make sense to me. Building my own reputation very quickly became far more important to me than supporting somebody else's reputation, if that makes sense. And, you know, as it turns out, the company actually, or the franchise, whatever you want to call it, it had some not so reputable features anyway, you know, like if you go through and you look at the reviews and the feedback of that company or that name as a whole, you get people that get a variety of experiences because you've got so many people working under this banner. It's the same as going to a fast food outlet. They're franchises, the majority of them. And sometimes you have a good experience and sometimes you have a bad experience. But the brand as a whole sits under that banner, that it's that one reputation as a whole of being either very good or not very good. So, you know, I'm working really hard to build up the reputation, but it's not my reputation, it is this other name, the reputation for this other name. It took me I worked really hard for like 6 months, and I tried really hard to just make it work and to find a way to make it work. I was like, why aren't I making enough money to cover this, you know? I should be able to do this. And so I worked harder and harder and more hours to try and make it work. And that didn't fix the problem. It just made me really tired. And I had no issue getting work and filling my time and earning lots of money, but it just was not enough to cover all the expenses associated with the business, you know. And that's when I thought, okay, well, I can't keep doing this, so I need to look at what else I can do. And exiting a franchise is a very tricky thing, and it took me some time to do a lot of research and feel comfortable in exiting and going through that process. And eventually I got up the courage to make the decision that I was going to do it, and that happened to be 3 months out from the end of my first year in my contract. So I thought, you know what, we're just gonna make this work, because I'm not paying a new set of fees and things like that for the annual bills, you know. So that was it. I had 12 weeks. That was my decision made. And my poor husband had to work with the pictures that I scribbled on pieces of paper and tried to work out and build me. When I say he built it, no. No. I did so much work in this. Normally I would say he did all the work, but no. In this, it was the both of us. We were working our normal jobs. During the day, I was working still my franchise, and I was working a casual job as well, so that I could earn enough money to pay for everything that I needed. And then I was working all night on this little shed, building and doing things, cleaning and tidying and making everything work and planning and organising. It was exhausting. We did not get anywhere near enough sleep. We were physically just burning ourselves out in that time. And we got to a point where the salon was usable, and that's when I opened. And then ever since, we've just kind of tacked away at little things as we go. For example, my front door is still not painted on the inside, and it's been a year. I should probably do that. But those are little things, all right? We can do that. We can work on it. Come here, my love. Good girl. Sometimes you just got to make stuff work, you know? So my salon's not perfect, but my reputation and my name and the brand that I represent is, well, it's not perfect, but, you know, there's something that is really important to me, and it's that people, when they're dropping their dogs off with me, they trust me and they feel comfortable to drop them off, and confident that their dog excuse me, is going to be loved and looked after. And that is important to me, because that's a part of my pricing, and the time that I allocate to each groom and what I do is to love these doggies and look after them. Oh, I nearly fell off my chair. And like, for example, with Cisco being, I'm stuck. There we go. With Cisco being so anxious, more so today because Mum had been away already. She was crying and screaming and flapping about. She did not want Mum to go today. Not because she doesn't trust me or want to be with me, but because she loves her mum. And I don't have customers drop off their dogs and say, "Oh, it's the mean groomer lady." I hate when people say that too. Don't ever say that. You know, she's like, "It's okay. I know she's upset and anxious, but I trust you. I trust you to look after her and love her and do the right thing." That's what she said. And I hear that on a daily basis by people. You know, your dogs are your children. They're part of your family. Like, people, non-dog people are like, "Your pets are not your children." Dog people are like, "That is my child." We love our dogs, and we need to know that they're being looked after and loved the way that we would if we were doing it ourselves. And even better, because we're paying for it, so we want it to be an awesome experience for our dogs. And you know, Cisco's mum She trusts me that even though her dog was howling at drop-off and screaming and did not want her mum to go, it was not because of me. It was because Cisco loves her mama, don't you, baby? And she just didn't want mum to go. But as you can see now, and like I said to mum, when they're anxious like that, sometimes they put on a really big old show. It's okay, baby. Let me try tidy this up a bit. They put on a big old show. Okay. And a song and dance, and they make a big deal of it. And then once their owners go, they admit defeat and settle into just getting on with their grooming. You gonna make me scissor all those legs? That's a lot of scissoring. So yes, my brand is very important to me. And it is very important to me that it is me. It's my brand. It's not somebody else's brand that I'm working so hard to build up. And being known for loving and cuddling and enjoying the company of these dogs, that's important. Hey, Cisco. The first time I groomed her, she went home with hairy legs. Hairy front legs. They were like this. I could not do anything. I couldn't scissor them. I couldn't clipper them. It was a disaster. But look at her now. I couldn't even touch them, actually. All 4 legs. Now look at you go, hey? You're a little legend. Yes, you are. And now that you don't have fleas, hopefully you're a lot more comfortable. I worry about them getting in here because that all kind of tucks into itself and fleas get in there. Looks all right. She keeps turning and going to lick the area though, so I'm a bit curious if she's got anything annoying her or it's just itchy from previous bites. Sorry, my darling, just manhandling you around. No, she looks all right. You might just be itchy, hey? What else is exciting? Ooh, I do have some exciting news. So in the last video or a couple of videos ago, was it Max? I was talking about how desperately I just want to go. I call it home, but I will be clear. Home is here. This is my home with my husband and my children and my life that I live every day. But my home is to go and see my mum and dad and my sisters and all the nieces and nephews, and I'm about to be a great auntie. Can you believe that? Yikes. In November as well, or something like that, which I am super excited about. And my sister, she had a baby like maybe 6 months ago, not 4 months ago. Oh gosh, I'm terrible with these things. Who I've not met yet. I did get to meet her previous bubba for a quick, that surprise trip I was talking about where I surprised my mum and dad. But that's how long it's been. She's had another baby. So I am very excited to say I booked flights last night for myself and Jet. I'm taking Jet. I decided to take Jet. So I've booked the flights. Goodness knows if I can make anything else work, but the flights are booked. And the rest we'll just have to figure out along the way. But I'm super excited about that. Sorry, my love. Let's have a look at this noggin. And I told Jet, or I let Nanny tell Jet, which was super sweet. His reaction was, it wasn't what I expected. I don't know what I was expecting though, but it wasn't what I think I thought I was expecting. He's very quiet and he was kind of like, oh. So you could tell that he was excited, but also like, oh my God, it's actually happening. And now I have to prepare myself to do this. So I've been telling him lots about Nan's house, which is a very busy and loud house. There's always things going on. There's lots of people. It's like the main hub for the family. People come and go. Everyone lives close together, and people come and go all day, every day. The phone rings all day, every day. The TV's on all day, every day. There's kids and adults and laughter and noise, and it just, that's, you know, that's the life. And I miss that. I'm used to it. although I find it overwhelming at times, like for me as an adult and without, you know, having autism on my side. So I've been telling Jet all about it and preparing him for that. And he has a coping mechanism when he's overwhelmed, even in our house, because we've got 4 kids and it gets loud in our house sometimes and overwhelming. And even for me, when I'm overwhelmed, I go to my room and have some quiet time. I jump in my bed and I do some reading or just watch some videos or whatever quietly and just take a few minutes out. A few minutes, I take like an hour. I'm like, yep, that's me, all done for today, thank you. No, I just take some time to calm down and recenter myself. And Jet does the same thing. He doesn't have the big loud meltdowns and run around and break things and try to find ways to express how he's feeling. He has learnt, and we've worked really hard on this, to manage that overwhelmed feeling, where he can just go to his room, into his bed. He usually gets in his bed and puts the blankets over his head and shuts the door and everything, and he just has some quiet time. And he can come out when he's ready. He doesn't have to have a reason to feel that way. That's something that's really important. Is like initially I'm like, why are you like this? What's going on? But at some point I learned that you don't have to have a reason for being that way or feeling that way. Sometimes you are just overwhelmed because maybe you've had a big day. Sometimes I get dogs that are really clingy and they're on me the whole day. They're just trying to get on me and I'm all touched out for the day. And sometimes, you know, I go home and the kids are ready for cuddles, and Abby in particular is extremely affectionate, like physically affectionate, and I can tolerate so much of it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm touched out. Like, let's just get some space between us, because she's in your face and she's talking and she's touching you, and you just reach a point where you're just like, that's enough. And I don't have to have a reason for feeling that way. I reached my limits. And sometimes when it's very noisy or there's a lot going on, Jet reaches his limits, and that's okay. So he goes to his room. He takes the time that he needs to rebalance himself and find a point where he's regulated and ready to come back and cope with all of the chaos in our lives. And he doesn't have to have a reason. He doesn't have to explain himself. He can just go, take the time he needs, and come back when he's ready. And so with working out what we're going to do at Nanny's house, because we won't have a room specifically just for the 2 of us, because it's not a very big house and there's already a lot of people there. I think we're doing an air mattress in the living room, most likely, which is fine by me. I'm so easygoing, it doesn't bother me. But we talked about Jet being able to have his coping mechanisms in place, and so he can go to Nanny and Poppy's room anytime he likes and jump in under the covers and take the time that he needs to regulate himself. And we've got that all organised. So that's one thing off the anxiety list for me, of things I'm worried about and trying to prepare for. And he has his headphones. He puts his headphones on just to help regulate on the go and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm telling him all these things and helping him to get ready for that and preparing for it. So the end of November through the start of December, we're gone for 8 days, which is also very exciting for Jet, but it's the first time I've taken any sort of leave away from grooming in 2 years. I've not had, I've taken like a day or 2 off, or a long weekend kind of thing, but I've not actually just taken time off. Or did I? I took a little bit of time when I went to see my mum and dad that one time, but I think that was only, I think I went for like 5 days and I took 3. So I took off like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I came home on a Sunday night or something like that. It wasn't a whole week. And it was mostly over a weekend. It wasn't very long. It wasn't long enough. So yes, this is a big lot of time off for me, which is awesome. I'm probably not going to recuperate and rest. I'll be absolutely exhausted, but I'm very excited. I do have to reschedule some clients though, and that's making me, I haven't done it yet. I'm procrastinating because I'm anxious about it, but I will get onto that very, very soon as a priority. And then now all I have to try and do is do like an extra week's payments on all of my bills just to cover that time. Then I won't have to worry about any bills while I'm gone. And that should work out quite well. You're all right, darling. I know that's making you nervous, isn't it? Hair's still wet. It's not picking up. Hey. So that's my plan. But for now, the flights are booked. That's a good start. And I will just be working every day on talking to Jed about the kinds of things that we will experience and what to expect so that he can set himself up for successfully managing his own emotions and feelings and put coping mechanisms in place. So he's got plenty of time to think about what he might need to help him in certain situations. So like, I don't know if I told you guys that time we went to Adelaide with the family. We went on like a Christmas holiday. And we live in the country, okay? We don't even have escalators here. There's no escalators. There's no lifts. The shopping centre is one level with a handful of shops. It's not a busy, bustling place. And we went to Adelaide and we were like, yes, we're going to go give the kids an amount of money and we're going to go shopping and they can go to whatever stores they want. And I love shopping. So this was the part that I was excited about. Dale hates shopping. But we walked into the shopping centre and it was during school holidays around Christmas time and the shopping centre was absolutely packed. There were just shoulder to shoulder people moving through and poor Jet, he just curled up into a ball on the floor. He was done. He was not prepared for that, which is my bad. I don't know. I didn't expect that or think about it or preempt it. But I guess we didn't know. So what could we do kind of thing. But that was a whole overwhelming experience for him. More recently, we went for a day trip to Adelaide and we wanted to go to the cinema, which is in a large, very large, busy shopping centre. Sorry, my next doggy dog has arrived, Miss Zoe, who's a bit of a nervous Nelly. You're all right. I won't be long. I do apologise for all the Zoe sounds. If I don't talk to her, she will settle. What were we talking about, Jet? Yeah, so he was super overwhelmed when we went to the shopping centre. When we went the last time to go to the cinemas, it was definitely not as busy, which was awesome. But also we were able to take his headphones. We put his, I say headphones, but they're like sound blocking tradies type things. We had those all ready to go. We took a long jacket, even though it wasn't cold, so that he could, put that over his head, a hood or something like that, just to close himself in a bit if he needed some space to regulate. But he did really well. He had time to prepare for it and know what to expect, and he was able to regulate himself fairly well. So what we're doing now, Zoe, calm down. Zoe, come on, calm down, honey. What we're able to do now is talk about everything and get ready for everything so that he can, he does really well if he just knows what to expect. It's planning and routine. That's what works. So I think he'll do all right. But I am planning to go to places that we don't have here, like theme parks and stuff like that. My sister loves to take her kids around the Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast and stuff like that. So I would love to take him, not so that he can go on all of these amusement rides and things like that, but he would enjoy watching and having that experience. So it's a lot of money to spend when I know that he won't go on any rides and stuff like that. But I think it's just because he's not going to go on the rides doesn't mean he shouldn't get to have that experience. Even if his preference is to go and watch and see other people do all those things and see what it's like and experience that atmosphere. You know what I mean? Don't know. So we did talk about it and he was like, he wanted to go to an amusement park or a fair. That was one thing that is on his list of things he would love to do. But he does not want to go on rides and things like that. And that's fine. That is totally fine. We're still going to have that day out. We're going to go have that atmosphere and that experience. And you know what? He might decide he wants to go on one of the little things. There's lots of different types of rides and experiences to do, and he might find one he actually does want to do. Sometimes he surprises me like that. And that's totally up to him and in his control. So I guess we'll just see what happens. Do you guys want me to record some of our adventures? Like, okay, so going on a plane, that is probably my biggest anxiety for him, because once you're on, you're on. And we don't have a choice. We paid for it. We are definitely going. We're not going to not go. We cannot watch. I am planning to go early so he can watch lots of planes come in and go out so that he can see it, just to not be too overwhelmed about it. But we can't put the brakes on at the plane. We have to go on. So I'd rather do it without carrying him kicking and screaming. So that's my biggest anxiety. But yes, would you guys like me to record some bits and pieces and maybe do a video of our little adventure so you can see? I reckon that would be fun. I'll record some stuff and you guys let me know if you want to see anything. You know, maybe I'll do a quick little video of Jet's adventure just for funsies. Obviously there will be, well, although Nan and Pop have several dogs, they have three dogs. There will be no dog grooming. I'll probably do their nails, not Bella. Bella is an extremely reactive doggy. When she was born as a pup, she was without oxygen for some time and they kind of resuscitated her, the breeders, and she survived. But she's an interesting creature. She's absolutely lovely as a dog, as a pet, but she gets sedated grooming and for good reason. Love her. She's adorable. She's very sweet, but I am not grooming that dog. And their other doggies are short-haired chihuahuas. Bella's a Maltese terrier. Terrorist. Yes, she is. She's a terror. She's adorable, but I'm not grooming their dog. I do the nails on the little ones when I did last time when I was there, which was good. That I can do. So that might be my only dog grooming experience in that video. They've got cats though. I can bath their kittens. They have like 5 kittens. That's insane. We have 1 kitty cat and that's more than enough. They're 5 kittens that are, I think they're litter mates or like they were from the same breeder. They're very beautiful cats and they're pampered little kitty cats. Give them a bath and a brush. Yes. They're long-haired kitty cats and Mum and Dad are doing a very good job at looking after them and their grooming needs. You are looking good. So Mum has been trimming around Cisco's eyes, by the way, and face and stuff. So I'm just going to blend what I can. And now that we're on a 6-weekly schedule, I dare say we'll be able to. And she did so well with her groom today, don't you reckon? Like, I'm impressed. But I think we'll be able to get a bit further with her now with a regular schedule. And grow this beautiful coat out again, which we've done before. I don't know what happened over the winter, but that's life. Hey, and Mum and Dad do love her fluffy too. But hey, if I didn't do that full shave, I might not have noticed that she had fleas, so not mad. And we saved the ears. Now we just got to do the feet and tail, and I do need to hurry up also. I've been talking away and not keeping track of time and not really rushing, have I? No, I have not. I'm very excited though that we are finally going and I'm taking one of the kids. It was such a hard decision too to pick which kid. I asked that, which kid should I take, in my last video. And you guys all said a lot of people said start with the oldest or the youngest and then work your way through. So that would have been Amber or Abigail. And the reason why I didn't do that is because I always do that, and sometimes like Amber and Abby get to experience something and nobody else does because we just never get around to continuing with the trend, if you know what I mean. The boys miss out. Like one time I did a girls trip and I took the girls somewhere for a day trip or something. To be fair, there was like a medical appointment attached and I thought, if I'm going to drive all the way to the city, I'll take both girls. One can do their medical appointment and then we'll go spend a day together. And I had no other need to take the boys for something, so I never took them. And poor Geordie has not forgiven me. He forgets nothing. So he made a very valid point. I talked to all the kids about this, like individually, what they thought I should do. And he said he doesn't mind if Jet goes first, but he thinks that the boys should get to go first this time, which is fair. I agree with him. It was a hard decision on whether it was going to be Jet or Abby as well, because like who have had time with my parents and my family has been Amber and Jordan. And Jet and Abby definitely have not. Jet was a newborn baby the last time I went, and Abby was not even thought of. So what I've decided that this time is going to be Jet, next time is going to be Abby, then it's going to be Jordan, and then one day I might make it to taking Amber. Which Amber's like, why? What about me? She's okay with it though. Deciding between Jet and Abby, I thought that if I left it too long for Jet, he would build it up too much and have some crazy expectations and anxieties about everything. Please don't bite me, girl. So that's why he's going first. And Abby is a whole experience on her own. Like, she is a handful in everything. Going to Coles is an experience with Abigail. So, yeah, I'm not ready for that just yet. So Jet it is. And he's an adorable little man, and I'm very excited to share him with my family. Okay, I'm going to blow dry off the table real quick just to get rid of these hairs. Look at your ears, girl, they're wild. And how you got one longer than the other if I didn't do anything with them? Because they're still wet, I'm not going to get them exactly the way I want them until they dry. But let's just take that down a notch because that was a lot going on there. Okay. That's better. I'm not going to cut these till they dry, okay? Because that will not cut evenly. They won't cut evenly anyway because they're not straight, but you get the gist. To my hero who corrected me on the use of this thing, I was using it this way and it was awful. Somebody said that it's supposed to go that way, and what do you know, it works. I was wrong, and I'm always happy to admit when I was wrong, because it means that I learned something new and I'm able to make something work or progress, and that is exactly what happened. It works and I don't hate it anymore. The zips did come undone a couple of days ago while I was working away, but because it's sideways, I spotted it and it wasn't a big deal, which is awesome. So now that I've worked it out, I can use this safety strap that I can't find. There it is. It works when you use this the right way. So funny. So what I discovered is that when I received it in the post, it just came in a plastic bag. Like, it wasn't in a proper box. There was no instructions. It was just as it is today in a plastic bag. But these were hooked, like these two were this way. And I think that's how I got to thinking that's the way that it goes. That's the way that it came. So I didn't think anything more beyond that, which goes to show how my little brain works. Like, that's the way it came. That's the way it works. That is not the case. So I have learnt. That's what I'm looking for. That is not the case at all. You're all right, Zozo. But look at it, working perfectly. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Did you do nervous toots? Ooh, those are my fancy new scissors. Oh, I can't wait to use them. You will have to live here because this is what I wanted. They were in the wrong spot. I knew that would happen when I put them there too. Okay, so remembering she doesn't like to have her feet done at all. There she goes. She's doing her little whining sound that she does. Whining, moaning, groaning. So knowing she really super duper hates having her feet done, I'm just going to tidy them up And also knowing that we're going to grow them out anyway into little floof balls again, I'm not too worried about it at this point. We don't want it to be super short and tidy. Girl, your nails. Yikes. You're overdue. That a good trim. That paw pad's all right. That's the paw pad she wouldn't let me trim out, which is super frustrating. Just hold still, baby. It's okay. I know. It's okay. Hold still, Bubba. Let me do it safely. Shh, 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 shh. There's a lot of hair in there that I would love to get out. There we go. Shh, 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 shh. Shh. Come on. Easy does it. Easy does it. Let me get that hair. Ah. Shh, 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 shh. Shh, 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 shh. All right. Okay. I stopped. She's like, no, you did not. Oh, careful now. So I'm just using my thinners because otherwise I'm gonna chop something I didn't mean to. Shh, shh, shh. Good girl, baby. We gotta take it easy now, all right? Shh, 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 shh. Cisco, come on, Papa. Oh, my arm's gone to sleep from holding it up. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing, all right? Put this up a little bit. That's it, good girl. So it did obviously take a bit longer because we had the additional flea scenario with her groom. Okay. Hush. Shh. Come on, baby. Come on. It's okay. That hurts. You've got sharp, kicky feet. Yes, you've got very sharp, kicking feet. You don't have to kick. Good girl. I have no idea why she's so nervous about her feet. That's the way she came to me. Isn't it? Hey? Little possum, you came to me nervous about your feet. And so I've just tried to undo all of that anxiety with her and had a lot of success. I mean, like, I had to muzzle her for her entire groom previously, just as an example of how far she's come. We even have a muzzle. She don't want to bite me because she loves me. Don't you, Cisco? Hey? Do you love me? Or is that a stretch? I'll just think that you love me because I love you. Cisco, you're doing a great job today, my love. You're doing such a good job. What a brave little baby, huh? What a brave little papa. Okay, definitely not as tidy as if I could go over it with the clipper completely. But I will certainly take it. It's all right, Bubba. It's okay. I know. There we go. That's a good job. That'll do. The nails are trimmed. There's not too much hair in there. Oh, what's the matter? You okay? You're doing a good job. Yes, you're doing a very good job. Good girl. I know, it's hard work, isn't it? So we will spin our floofy around. Oh, spin her around. Good golly. I'm sorry, lovey. There we go. Go this way. That's not the way I do it, is it? Oh, oh. Such a heavy poopy floofy, huh? There we go. Okie dokie. Zoe, you're okay, Bubba. Say you're okay, Zozo. You're okay. Oh, no. No, thank you. That's it. It's okay. Oh, the way you looked at me just then. You're gonna break my heart. Shots fired, huh? It's alright, it was just a warning. She wasn't actually gonna bite me. She was telling me if I want to, I can, and I want to, so I'm gonna show you that I can. Weren't you? Okay, let's relax. Baba. Ba-ba-ba. No, no, no. Let's relax, huh? Let's get our Tootsie Wootsies trimmed up. You'll feel much better without all this hair in there. Promise. Careful, careful. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay, I'm here. I know, I know. Try relax. Try relax, Bubba. Good girl. I know, those hairs aren't nice, are they? Getting knots. Shh, 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 shh. Owie, owie. Shh, 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 shh. Good girl. I know, I know. I'm asking a lot of you today, aren't I, huh? You've done an amazing job. Okay, so as we get to the closing of this video, I guess, please, please, please like, share and subscribe. It makes a huge difference to the growth of our channel. You know, share the video on Facebook or whatever social media platforms you're on. Give us a big thumbs up. All of the likes help to encourage YouTube to share our video. If you've already subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed, because we do sometimes see our subscribers drop off, which is a YouTube thing that I will never understand, but it happens every day. So just make sure you're still subscribed. If you haven't watched any of our shorts, there's a few that are quite funny, so have a look at those. Jump in the comments, always say hi. I don't always get to reply, but I read every single comment because they come up on my watch as a notification, and I always read them, but I don't always get to reply to them. But hello, and lots of love from us to everyone who's written us a comment. What else? What have we talked about today? Oh, if you liked my love story, give us a big heart in the comments and tell me how you met your partner or significant other if you have one. Let me hear your great love stories. It would be very easy to have one greater than mine. Mine's funny. Mine's a tale of two people who tolerate each other. And we really, really love each other. We do. But we tolerate each other. What else did we talk about? My business, which is something I am very proud of. If you've started a business or done anything crazy in your lifetime, tell me about it. Did it work? Did it not work? Did you have to try a few times to make it work? I love hearing those sorts of stories. And if you have ideas of doing something yourself, starting your own business, the worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work out. You should always try something. Try, make a plan, a good plan, and do your best. That's what I say. And of course, the very exciting plan for my trip home. I'm going to call it my trip home, but I think it's very important to state that I very much love my husband and my family, and this is my home. But I'm excited for my trip home. Does that even make sense? I don't know. But yes, tell me, do you want me to record some of our adventures and share with you guys? Is that something you're interested in, or you'd prefer not? And tell me what you want to see in particular, like if it's the flights or some of any experiences for Jet, that sort of thing. We can do that. I'll take the GoPro with me. That's about it that we talked about, isn't it? I think so. That might be too short. I reckon that's it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have any requests for something you want to see, I know somebody asked to see Alice. That was one that I saw recently, my dachshund having her groom. She is coming up for a bath. We can record that. Maybe I might give her a bit of a shave down. At the moment, she's just having a shave. Okie dokie, sorry, my battery died right at the end. What was I saying? I do give Alice a shave down because it's been so wet and her fat little tum on her sausage little legs drags on the ground in the rain. So she has just been having a shave down for the wet season. But Miss Cisco is all done. I did tidy her ears up a tiny wee bit and just caught some little bits on her feet that were still sticking out a bit too much. Otherwise, this little princess is looking perfect, and we'll see her again in 6 weeks to give her a bath and a brush out and trim around her sunnies and face and everything so we can tidy her up again. It wouldn't be a video without seeing my little lines on my head. Yeah, that's us all done. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, we truly hope you're having a fantastic time of day, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye. Say bye, Cisco. Oh, it's a pretty baby. Bye.